My girlfriend and I are both thinking about splitting up. A couple of years ago, I would have said we complement each other, but now it seems like there's a giant gap between us. The only thing that matters to me these days is to meditate and to take inspired action, where my girlfriend is very action-oriented and forces herself to do stuff around. Can someone who wants to get things done by efforting be a good fit for someone who wants to live by following his guidance in the next impulse? We just talked about that, didn't we? Just talked about how you can live conditionally, which never feels good, or unconditionally, which feels good. In other words, you can love unconditionally by being someone who just loves so often that the conditions become irrelevant. You didn't come into this experience to be like everybody else or to get them to be like you. The more conditional you are, the more you think you would like that, but it really is not what you intended. You intended to come and be diverse and different so that you could choose from the diversity the things that you most want. This sounds like a perfect relationship to us. A relationship where you are not the same, even basically not the same. One being more conditional, one being more unconditional. What an opportunity. What a wonderful point of attraction for you to each come to understand that you don't want the other one to jump through hoops or to be just like you need them to be so that you can feel better. Because that is a trap. If you leave this relationship because it feels not the way you want it to be, then the next one will be just like it, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one. What you really want to be is to be truly unconditional in your desire to be unconditional. Think about how this goes around. You are speaking of yourself as being someone who is not conditional, and yet you are worried about your girlfriend who is different than you are. That's conditional. In other words, it's a mind trick you are playing on yourself. It's all right to be conditional sometimes. You said, I'll be a step one person. I'll sift and sort, and I'll define what I want. And you can't do that without lining conditions up and choosing from among them, you see. Esther would have said at the beginning of this broadcast that the condition that she would have chosen would be for everything to unfold perfectly, for the live stream to work just the way it's supposed to, for everything to unfold. And it turns out that this is the best conversation that we have had with you so far, and nothing about the conditions are the way Esther would have chosen them to be, because there is unconditional love that is flowing. Conditions don't have to be just right for you to be in alignment with who you are. And as soon as you figure that out, then you're going to live happily ever after, no matter what happens. You're not going to sweat the small stuff. You're not going to point blame or feel guilt. You're going to be easier about everything, you see. I think this is a lovely relationship, and if we were standing in your physical shoes, we would milk it for more good stuff. Abraham, why are there so few of us on this leading edge with Abraham? When we think globally, we are only a handful. I often wish I had more like-minded thinkers and knowers around me. It's interesting, isn't it? The minuscule fraction of you who are having the experience of this coronavirus. And yet, that handful are, as the rest of you are observing, causing, it seems, you to have an experience that you don't want. Think about it. Think about it. In other words, there are only a few of you on the leading edge. Think about what you're saying there. There are only a few of you on the leading edge. All of you are on the leading edge. All of you are on the leading edge. All of you, as you are allowing yourself to experience this pandemic or anything else, you're on the leading edge, because as you experience it, you are launching rockets of desire. This is a time of awakening, or better said, of reawakening. This is a time when more than ever before will find a way of lining up with who you are. And you know why? Because you are, it's interesting, some are experiencing this pandemic because they've been pushing so hard against so many things. And some are experiencing it because you've been wanting an understanding of something really important. You're wanting to understand that you do not have to control the conditions, and you cannot, in order to find alignment with who you are. And so we acknowledge it got really extreme, and it's causing a lot of upheaval of who you are and what you want. But it is our absolute promise to you that this pandemic is a minuscule blip along the scale of the whole of who you are, and that it is an opportunity so far that is providing you the opportunity to align with who you are and feel the wholeness of who you are, or to push against and feel the discord of who you are. Don't ask anybody else to be anything in order to affect the way you feel. Make a decision that you are one who lives unconditional love. You are one who lets the condition produce a desire, and that you are one who has found a way to join your inner being, who has already instantaneously found vibrational alignment with that desire. There is so much love here for you, and we are appreciating all that you are. We are adoring your willingness to express yourself physically, and we are enjoying the expansion of the universe that you are providing. But most of all, we are enjoying your willingness to allow yourself to be who you really are. You are pure, positive energy, expressing yourself in physical form. You are liquid love. You are the expansion and the evolution of all that is. You are on the leading edge of all that is becoming. And you are adored beyond Esther's ability to find words to express it to you. And for now, we are complete.